Hey boos. Welcome to Point A to B with Sipa. I am very ill. Very ill. I've been ill since Saturday night. Guys. I have back pains. Yeah, man. Ooh. But anyway, I promised you a dating series part 2. Well, not that I promised. I need to do a dating series part 2. This thing seems a bit further now that I'm in this car. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me. I don't know how I can extend it. Nyamuzunyu Bay. Sunman.
No, kisha coach ya mona ya sokodisa hlawena. Ka ba ka the other lady then and Trisha.
Why Vela? Because I generated this morning.
I don't know. Then they were rude. Hey wena.
Ngempela.
But mona bara emela ka side. Ke re no konka ba ko pompulela but ko bontsha coach ba nsendile yona.
Yes.
And this lady unsendile coach every day.
Every day, yeah.
But ene la ntse bore ke tsena mo everything ka ba.
Yeah.
No konka ba creche. But no sisi ke re no e re ke bethe e ka bethe creche e ya no itseng. Ele ya fro go yona.
I'll send 2 then.
Yeah, so yeah, try to send 2.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
A nice car.
Thank you. That's my baby's driver. Well, not driver. They don't have a driver, guys. Kinda, what is it? School transport. Anyway, guys, before I die, my will. Oh, guys, I feel like I'm 100. My will is under my trans wami Nkosi yami ingane zami. Ngicela ningayicuthi Nkosi yami ingane zami mali yazo. They must go to good schools. They're good people ukuthi nje bayeyisa. But nje overall shem akufani ngizamile. Sawubona sis. Why am I code engasebenzi la? I sent a code this morning. But again, you guys are rude. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, no problem then. Thank you. The hands that live in this complex bangama CEO shothi lapha abasebenza khona ngoba uBoo can't wait for 5 minutes ngisakhuluma nomuntu kwamanje ungixinile kuyenza ukuthi ngiyayifela mina. But what am I saying? So yes guys, ingane zami iwili ngaphansi kwamatrans niphatha kahle ingane zami ningamcuthi kuSipho ungcono lwethu yancishana vele. Usipho Nkosi yami yazi uSipho ukupha she'll be left with the last bite of her food. But mawuthi ngicela ungipha, she doesn't even question it. She just uyakunika Nkosi bakithi umntanami. Guys, nimphathe kahle umntanami yazi. Angimazi nje ukuthi wafuza abane but yena ukuba nenhliziyo enhle unawo ama features ukuba nenhliziyo enhle. But anyway, fuck. Anyway, dating series part 2. Did I even say welcome to Point A? But it's fine, guys. But anyway, so where are we now? We're in varsity. So in varsity, I'm dating first year. I'm dating mid-grade 10. I'm dating Bisimbizuba Ugel. And then I met some other guy in varsity. Because mid-grade 10 was in another province. Ugel was in another province. So I'm in Pretoria first year. Doing first year. So I find we dating kumnandi. It's so painful. Kumnandi. I'm trying to distract myself so that I don't focus on the pain. And then so I meet this guy. He was a friend of a friend. So us actually dating was not, you know what, share this girl, you know what, share, but I don't think it was anything serious. And yet the same name as mid-grade 10. So for example, if mid-grade 10's name was Sipagem, Naiwa was Sipagem. So I was like, what's the worst that could happen? I can call this guy Sipagem. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But he was very, very sensitive, like very sensitive. So that obviously didn't last long because your girl ain't about sensitive. Like I'm about people's feelings, don't get me wrong, but like within reasonable measure, guys. Like, ooh, not everything needs to be a sensitive matter. But yeah, we dated, and then it's sort of like, I don't know, it fizzled out in a sense. And I'm sure, but then I was like, no. I remember one of my other friends was also dating one of his friends. So now we're deciding. I'm like, no, Mngani, I'm gonna go fix things with mid-grade 10 name alike, and izinto zizohamba kahle nani sharp. Hi. So my friend is like, no, now I'm going for a breakup. I'm done, whatever. Because now they've drifted apart. Sharp. How mangifika, guys? Yes, it's joking with Sam. So mangifika, yes, guys, ngamuhle. Mangifika. Mangifika. The guy. So we chat. And so now it's in a conversation. But from the conversation, he then like breaks up with me. So I'm like sitting there and I'm digesting this whole thing. And I'm also thinking, when I go back, right? Like my friends are gonna laugh at me. We're gonna have. So I start laughing, like involuntarily laughing, like proper laughing, because I'm imagining what's gonna happen when I get back to Ray's and I tell the story, right? So he was sensitive. He's like, yeah, this is one of the reasons you're so insensitive right now. We're having a breakup and you are laughing. But because I'm laughing, I can't even explain what. I'm not laughing at the breakup. Like, I'm laughing at what's gonna happen when I get back to, you know. So I'm like, fudge. So I just had to leave that on, like. And then he dated some other girl, guys. Lindo Mazanele, yeah, Amaqogs. We used to use the Greyhound, from Joburg to KZN. Hey, but this one time you see so obviously so hlangana because he was from Impangeni. So the Greyhound you the KZN, and we closed around about the same time. Like varsity closes around about the same time. So yeah, nah. Guys, I can drive like a Mageza in this car. Hey? It's fun here. But anyway, yeah, nah. Alokuzan. So we took the same bus. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm in pain, but let's do this. We're stronger than this. Like, come on, man. So so we took the same bus. The girl that he was dating now was from Richards Bay. I wonder where the girl is, yes. But we're in the same field, but I think some share jega first stage. Yeah, like we all have our. I don't know. You think apartheid applies here? You gonna die. So anyway, but we all failed at some point, but I don't even think she made it through first year, because after first year she disappeared, and after first year that's when you start having the same classes, because abantu then decrease, because a lot of people drop out, a lot of people fail, so then it classes are small. I wonder where she is, but guys, she came wearing heels for a ride. Like, guys, it's 11 hours if you're going to Ulundi. These people were going to Empangeni, so bayadlula by Ulundi. Futhi yena, she was going to Richards Bay, their last stop. I was like, yeah, but yeah, Shembabe, cute couple nyana, I suppose. I wonder where he is. I last bumped into him when I started working in 2016. He was doing engineering. I wonder how that went. But yeah, so that was, there wasn't much to tell there. He was just a sensitive person, so I didn't really spend a lot of time with him, because he was just like, when you act like a guy, blah blah blah, very. And guys, under sensitive my relation, because I'm a fairly sensitive person, but about things that I need to be sensitive about. Like, I'm not just gonna melt for no reason. So yeah, and then round about the same time, like, that's when I then broke up with Geli. Double first year, somewhere during first year, broke up with Geli, and mid-grade 10, and now first year, who has the same name as mid-grade 10, Aisha. Then I think was it first year or second year? I think it was second year. So we're doing a marking. Should have brought a pillow. So we're doing a marking. So we're marking it. So I met some other guy. So sharp, we hang out with this guy. Marking was in December, the matric marking thing. So it happened in December. So yeah, so I met this guy. Hi, Sharp was push. Hey, this guy had drama. Sharp was push. Well, not always even, because it's like in December. It's like a December relationship in a sense. So but we like, I know still as push. So this guy, my birthday is in December, and I think schools, varsity is like closed in like November-ish. So it's around November-ish. So I'm what do I want for my birthday? I'm like, iPhone 4. So I'm like, I really honestly just want an iPhone. So he checks it out. Obviously it's an iPhone, it's expensive. So he's like, he's not sure if he can Bob give me an. I'm like, no, it's fine, I have parents, so that got to him. He's like, so when we then eventually broke up, well, it wasn't the cause, I'll tell you the cause now, but when I then met up with him later, he was like, he couldn't be serious ngami, because I always just go to my dad for everything. My parents give me everything I want, so he didn't know what role to play in my life. And but you said you can't afford an iPhone, and here's a man who can. So, and it's my dad, guys. Having a phone is a basic need. My children are 5 and they have a phone. Do you understand? But that was also part of the cause of the breakup. But it caused a breakup, guys. So this one time, I'm going to meet up with him. I'm with my sister, my older sister. So my sister's like, let me see this guy that you dated. I'll show her pictures. She's like, hi, boom. Actually, husband guy, ex-lo. I'm like, I don't know. Nah, he wasn't wearing a ring. He didn't tell me he was married. I've never asked. I didn't think I needed to ask. And Saibo, this boy proposed last year. So this guy, my sister, because I spent around my hometown, so she worked with the fiance. She's like, no, last year we celebrated a proposal. Hayi ngithule hayi. Kanti kuzothi same day. Angazi that day nje kwakubusy. Same day the wife somehow gets my number. The wife I didn't know about until today. Angakamconfront nanokumconfront ukuthi hayi bondoda nakho kuthi ushadile wena. So the wife I didn't know about until today. So fine, wife gets my number. I think maybe she went through his phone or something. Angifonele. Dude, I'm like, you know what? You're probably not gonna believe this, but I didn't know this guy was married. I haven't even spoke to him about it. I found out today, but I'm chilled with that, you know. I'm chilled with leaving him alone. So girl, she's like, oh, Ngen's slim in him. So I mean, I'm from like the rural. Well, it's not the rural, but people around there don't like English. So she's like, yeah, just because of and I'm like when did we get to education? Like education background, you know. So then I'm there like, I think I'm all of that and a bag of chips. And like we live in a small town, guys, so my family is known, right? Girls, you go to my house, ingane kaJiyani uyaziwa ingane kaJiyani ukuthi umuzi kaJiyani ukuphi. Yeah, njena ini as my dad is this. Hey, my dad has been under attack in my relationships. My dad in Jena, I think just because angazi my dad, what's it? Something about my dad having money. Angimazi ukuthi umazela pho uthi unemali. Angimazi lo muntu nayo imali ngoba mina angiyazi lo mali. Yeah, something about just about my family being well off, so I think I can then do whatever I want. I'm like, man, this is a lot. Like the topic was your man. How's my family and the lack of wealth involved now? Fine. So I'm like, no, dude, it's fine. Like, I don't even need to talk to him. It's cool. So since confrontile, I'm assuming uyas, ne? So in that assumption, I'm assuming he knows that I know now, right? So we don't need to then have a sit down and be like, you're such an asshole. Why didn't you tell me you're married? Or why did you ask me out to shadi? You know. So sharp way. Hey, so I chill. So I'm fine. It's whatever. Our next thing, ipso. It's a good group. Mina, wife. It's WhatsApp, guys. Hey, in my new iPhone. At time, iPhone data is so expensive. Mina, wife, or husband. Abali say wife, yeah, and in. So I respond. I'm like, so you know you can say at whoever. So I'm like, Caesar, dude. Nah, I didn't know you were married. Oh shit, I said his name. But it's fine because he's an asshole. I can broadcast him. So I'm like, dude, I didn't know you were married. But yeah, besides all of that, I think it's safe to say the relationship is over. We can go our separate ways. Yeah. See, right? Okay, like invited her Facebook. Yo, the girl was on me, hey? I invited her Facebook. Okay? So I'm like, okay. So now I've said what I've said, right? Now I'm not entertaining this BS. Because initially I was like, I shamed the poor girl's shame. You know, she didn't know she was getting cheated on, and now she's just losing her mind, whatever. So I'm gonna entertain it. But now it's overboard. So I'm like, dude, I've said my piece. So fine. She follows me on Facebook. I come back to school. Like, just she's tracking my life. But I was just like, and like there's not a lot happening in my life also. So I couldn't track her. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But that guy, then they ended up breaking up. They had a second baby. So this was a baby. So so I knew this girl, but I knew her as a baby mama because why need that? Like men, guys, fear men, guys. I went to his house, like to his parents' house. He's from around Lundi Valley. So I went to his parents' house. The child was there. I think the mom was there, if I'm not mistaken. How I meet these people. Hi, ninjani. And I used to hang out with, like, the whole of December, I'm hanging out. Tandaga shotun ngotus. Hey. Like, yo, fear men. Fear, about before God, guys. Fear men. Because men are so nonchalant about cheating. It's scary. So Jay, like, I used to go to his house. We used to hang. I knew the child. Well, I wasn't a stepmom. I wasn't playing that role. I was just a spy game to the child. So I knew the child. You know? It was chilled. It was fun times. But, so I then saw him. Maybe let's say 2-3 years later, I was in Ulundi. Yeah, because we broke up. I was in varsity and then I was working then. So I saw him like a plaza. So I say cool pele guys in Gaganan. Ugqoke amateki nama-shorts. I'm like, ooh, cool. And yazi ngabe ngiyamthanda ngaba ngibona ukuthi ukhulu phela. So yeah, and he was like, so he came up to me. I was at this towards him. So he's like sweating. You know, fat people just sweat just for ambience and so then exercising, they just always glowing. So he's sweating. So I'm like, let me just do him the decency of ignoring him, because if me now one of my exes saw me in that state, I'd like them to ignore me and act like they didn't see me, because obviously saying really, you know. So okay, literally came up to Stogo and I'm like, oh God. Guys, believe it or not, Olundi, I'm average sized. I'm not fat when I go home. I'm an average sized human being. So I think sebenza ama-10 angazi noma abangani bakhe or naye usenza ama-10, but nje uhamba nofuru they think about Bob. So they came, he comes, he's like, hi. I'm like, hi. He's like, oh dude, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm alive, I'm chilled, I'm good. He's like, because we were dressed up, like, are you going to some events? He's like, yeah, he's like, Natsi say Ngoma, so can we join you guys? I'm like, I mean, I guess, but okay, cool, whatever. So they like, okay, cool. We'll call you. So then he asks, he's like, is your number still the same number? I'm like, yeah. Why is this Furumba so comfortable with you? Get some guy who says, oh, wait, Ram. Oh, see, and I won't can you lie. Get so weird, I'm tas. Oh, some guy, oh, what? I will push a Furumba gala for, oh, I find Lola in la. Get a pillow and gas in the Furumba then, because Sam, yes. Why I gotta be Furumba? Oh. But yeah, so that was Sizwe. He can sue me, it's fine. But now he's married. He's not married to the baby mama. He's married to some other girl. I last saw him in Durban. Was it last year or 2020? No, 2021. It was last year. With boat cruise, no boo. Sahlangana because not just Puma from our own boat cruise, and yeah. But I didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to me. But yeah. So they came back. And then I chilled, man. Varsity ngangiswa because I wasn't busy in varsity. Because had me by the balls. So and then after that, my timelines may be wrong, guys, but I think a sequence is right. I can't remember all these things to that much detail. So then after that, dated this guy. This guy, we went to the same high school. He was my friend's brother. Well, he is my friend's brother. So we went to the same high school. he was about 3-4 years ahead of me. But when I got to varsity, he was gone. But why did he need to come see me? Ang says no, it had something to do with my friend, but we needed to interact for some reason or another. So he pulled through to raise. So and then he's like, I should invite you on Facebook. I'm like, oh yeah, you can. Shapo invites me on Facebook and there's groundwork. You know? So on Facebook we chat. I'm chilled because I'm in Nyamaz, we went to the same high school. I'm chilled, we're chatting, shit escalates. Well, not like that, but like he starts asking me out, whatever. Then we start dating. We date. He was very chilled. Like that one I could have been still in a relationship with, because he wasn't too needy, like emotionally and a lot of other things. He was very, our relationship was very stable. But yeah, so we dated. He didn't have drama. For his birthday, I booked out a hotel, guys. Well, a room, not a hotel, guys. I can't afford as a student. So I booked out a room. Hey guys, got some getting twerk. Your girl got some lingerie. We have to practice twerk. Hey guys, that time, hey guys, that birthday. So my sister came through. God's sister had to come through to do my hair. One of my friends who can cooked for me. My friend's boyfriend was doing IT. What do I do? Wangenzeli mix. My other friend, Wangtengela, the cake. So now we have food, we have cake, we have the twerking mix. We're there on YouTube. We're there on YouTube practicing. Okay, you been like, okay. Then you're practicing the moves, girls. Got the lingerie. Hey, guys, it was fun. So I then because I mean, I'm a chilled person, guys. Like if you were to date me, you'd be like, oh, okay, this girl. Like I'm very relaxed. So when I do things like this, people are like, you didn't know you had it in you. So yeah, his birthday was very nice. So he liked that. He was like, oh, I really thought you were just gonna do a typical maybe dinner. Because his dad came. So it was his birthday weekend. So I'm like, dude, are you busy on your birthday weekend? He's like, nah. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you pull through on Saturday? I'll have plans for us for Saturday. Sharp. Then during the week, he tells me his dad is coming to Joburg. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. So then should I then cancel my plans? Are you not going to be hanging out with your family for your birthday? He's like, nah, Uzolo Kozan, he'll still pull through. I'm like, okay, cool. So I is prep, catering team, a dancing team, hair team, listen, outfit team, J. Alright, fine. And then on the day, he then what's the word? He calls me, he calls me, he's like, hey dude, I've had to go with my dad. Guys. I was so mad. So I just dropped the phone on him. And he was pulling a prank, which wasn't funny. Because now he kept trying to call me to find out where he's meeting up with me. And I was ignoring his calls. How did he even... I think Wabona, one of my friends, then Bashwutna, I'm in hotel so and so. And they... he called one of my friends. And then they said, I had planned in hotels so and so. So he must go to that hotel. But, yeah. And then, yeah, so that was... and then we broke up Valentine's Day. Because I was in CTA then, so this is gonna play a factor. CTA part 1. I am Fudge. I think we're prepping for CV, continuous evaluation. I said, but we're prepping for one of the tests that was gonna be like in 2 weeks or something. So I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. I'm just gonna do a low picnic because we can't really rock because I am studying. So I tell her, I'm like, okay, cool, dude. Let's just do a picnic. I'll do a picnic over the weekend. I get the ingredients of a picnic. Then he pulled I don't know if he was pulling a prank or if it was serious. And then he's like, yeah, he's not available on that weekend, blah, blah, blah. It was a prank. I was just like, actually, I'm done. Because we spoke about this the whole week. I'm under a lot of pressure. So for me to even take the time to prep for this, was a lot. And now you're telling me shit. So we broke up. He tried to talk to me like 2-3 weeks later. He's like, hi, how are you feeling now? I don't know. People always, and I don't like it. People always think, let me just give her time to cool down. But we need to address the matter. I don't need to cool down. We need to address what happened. Maybe you can give me a day to relax, sharp. But 2 weeks, I'm now on some, it's cool, we tried. Let it go. So that was the relationship, I don't know, number 3 in varsity. Then I dated. So now this is CTA part 2. Then guess who it is making an entrance in my life. So in CTA, when in 3rd year, we moved to a Kayat. So there was guys and girls in Kayata. So yeah, next person was baby daddy. There's not much to tell there. He was a baby daddy. We met when I was doing CTA part 2. He was doing geology, his final year. Well, we didn't meet then, but we started dating then. We met before that, but we were just friends. And then the friendliness escalated beyond being friendly. And then Nana came along. But yeah, hey, guys, I'm not going to tell you about baby daddy. Baby daddy, ngathi ngikhuluma ngaye ngolunye usuku imoto yami yafa. Amapedi nje angifuni nje ukukhuluma ngawo. The Sunday i20 is actually quite nice. Wait. Guys, now I'm not built for kukayas. Kubuhlungu phela, kubuhlungu. Kuthi ngifike office ngithathe my laptop charger and come back ngeke. It's not popping, guys. My back ain't popping. So does this mean I need to go back to the doctor? No, she needs to write me a note. I can't. No, I can't. But anyway, yeah, so that was, I then met baby daddy. Yeah, so that was baby daddy. I think baby daddy deserves a series of his own. We can't just mix him with other boyfriends. But guys, that I want us to discuss one of these good days. Yeah. Anyway, booze. Bye. I need to get to the office, pick up my laptop charger, and come back, guys, because wow. I kulit la iqolo lami. It's very lit. But yeah, cool. Bye bye, boys. If I die, take care of my babies. Ngizonipokela if you don't. Guys, ningayisi ingane yami emapedini. I think I took the wrong turn. Guys, ningayisi ingane yami emapedini Nkosi yami because nani niyazi amapedini mfethu. Yes, Nkosi yami. And ingane yami avine inhliziyo enhle. We bengayithatha beyiqede emapedini. Ngizodlula yini? Yes, bengayithatha beyiqede emapedini Nkosi yami ingane yami. Guys, please, whatever happens, ingane yami ngiyayisa emapedini. Yo, ningayisa emapedini. I'd haunt you one by one. If you are a subscriber here and you took the decision, you didn't fight for my baby. They took the decision to take my baby to the babies and you didn't fight for her. Ngeke uzulala. Ave ngeke ulala. Ngoba ave ngizokubokela. Ave ngizokubokela shem. I will be there. Guys, also ngicela bakithi mase kunjalo ningiphekene 6-pack eceleni ne. Just a 6-pack of Savannah ukuze nami ngizofika ngiphethe yabo ngingalibe nginihlupha ngithi ingomi yabo nje. Guys, uthi ngiset ngifike nomphako wami yabo to this part. Right. Thank you for tuning in. I know this one wasn't the best because I'm sick, but you guys need to experience the full me. This is what I'm like when I'm sick. I'm very down, and yeah. Bye bye, boos.